What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about this topic. The next Horseman approaches Famine. It's coming to the game on the next patch 6.2. It will be a 3 stars unlock and it will require these teams right here on difficulty 5 and above and on node 5 and 10. A-Force, Young Avengers and Inhumans. So in this video we are going to talk about which characters you should focus on, the characters that have more value on these three teams, A-Force, Young Avengers and Inhumans, so you can start investing on them right now, and whenever the Scourge event comes you'll be prepared. And if after that you still need to invest in some more characters, you'll have enough time to do so. So like always, if you like the information on this video, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button. And are you excited for the next Scourge event? With these teams, I guess that we'll not be in the same situation that we were in the past, that requires us to have 6% dodge chance to have an attempt. But I also expect the nodes to be a lot harder in terms of mechanics. Okay, so let's take a look at these teams. Once again, A-Force, Young Avengers and Inhumans. So let's take a look at these characters and see which ones we have to invest on. As you can see, many of them are extremely powerful, and we have a freebie. We have Miles, he's a Young Avenger and a Web Warrior, so he's a freebie. He has some interesting mechanics that we can take advantage of, like his ability to apply Disrupt to multiple targets, and his ability to turn rewind a target, and also extend the negative effects that they have on that specific target. He has the most synergies with the Young Avengers. He will get additional health and additional armor, so that's going to be extremely convenient. Okay, so let's start with the first new character that we have right now in the game, which is Spider-Woman. She's incredibly strong, she has very good abilities, she applies defense down with her basic. She applies ability block and offense down to multiple targets with her special. She has healing on turn whenever she has a turn, and she also extends the negative effects on the primary target, including stun and ability block. So a lot of good stuff going on with this character. This is definitely one of the characters that you should invest on. Now, Black Bolt, the king of the Inhumans. This is a character that if you don't have invested right now, if you didn't invest in the past, hold on, because if we can skip the Inhumans, then you should try as much as possible to do so. He's not that great in terms of utility. Unless we are facing a lot of tech villain characters, there is no reason to invest in him. Yo-Yo is a great character, and this is because you can have her together with Miss Marvel, and Yo-Yo is going to provide evades to Miss Marvel, making Miss Marvel a lot more tanky. And because Miss Marvel is not a protector, she's a brawler, if I remember correctly. Yes, she's a brawler. So you can have a combination of Miss Marvel and Yo-Yo will always be applying offense down to the enemies whenever they have a turn. Crystal is a great character, she's part of the Inhumans. Right now she's not that great, so it's a character that you should skip. She is better together with Black Bolt, but her kit is kinda not great. She requires a lot of energy to do all her abilities. It doesn't have a lot of utility, she does some healing, but overall is a character that you should definitely skip. Okay, so let's unmark the characters that we should skip. Okay, now Jessica Jones, interesting character. First of all, she's a city character and she provides a lot of buffs for city characters. She's part of the A-Force team, which is great, but she works together with many other characters. She is able to provide energy with her basic, which is very convenient, allowing you to use your abilities more often. With her special, she clears negative effects, and she also gives barrier to herself and to her team, and she also gives energy to herself, to her team, and also random allies. So if you want an energy battery, this is a character that you should consider. Then we have Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, she's a stats beast. She has very high stats, and the problem is the utility. She doesn't have great utility. She's very beefy, she does a lot of damage, she takes a lot of damage in the face, shields on turn, but the utility is not there. So this is a character that we should avoid in terms of the Scourge event, because once again, Scourge is similar like Dark Dimension and Raids and so on, and there you don't want only characters with stats, you also need characters with utility, and she's not one of them. So we are going to ignore Captain Marvel for now. Now we are going to take a look at Quake, and Quake, she has a lot of utility. Her basic is one of the strongest basics in the game because it applies slow to multiple targets for 2 turns. So this is a turn-based game, and this means you'll reduce the speed of the enemies for 2 turns. And because it's 2 turns, it means that you can spread to the entire enemy team, and you can keep doing it and doing it, and they will always have the 2 turns slow. The problem with Quake is that she requires Black Bolt. Her stats are not great. She was updated recently. She got 50% more max health, but she's still not great without a Black Bolt. Her ultimate also applies offense down to the enemies, that's okay, and she removes positive effects on the enemies and applies more slow, but this is not a great ability. She's a character that you probably can skip, because all other characters can do exactly what she does and more. So let's skip on Quake. Okay, so now we have Miss Marvel, and she's the tank for the Young Avengers, and now she has a very nice skin, at least I like it. And she's the tank for the Young Avengers. She always assists whenever a hero or Young Avenger have a turn. She gains a taunt plus deflects whenever a Young Avenger ally goes below 50% HP. And she gives herself 2 deflects whenever she assists, so she's a very strong character, very tanky. Together with Yo-Yo, she's also going to get evade. She also has self-healing, which is very good, and she can also provide energy to the allies. The more hero allies you have, the more energy she will give, and she's great. Very high stats, very decent to invest on her. Very good character. Okay, now we have American Chavez, and American Chavez is a trash character. If someone tells you that she's great, she's not. They are trolling. If you don't get a joke, this is a joke. And she is somewhat useful in Alliance Wars defense. And yes, it's true that she gives more health to Young Avengers and to Hero Brawler allies. But if you are applying offense down to the enemies, if you are applying ability block to the enemies, if you are applying stun, and turn rewinds and slows to the enemies, it's not going to be as important to have such a high HP, and investing in her, it's usually not relevant because all her benefit comes out of this additional 25% more max health. So she's definitely a character that you don't want to invest on. Okay, moving forward, we have Karnak, and Karnak is 100% trash. He was never good. Whenever it was released, no one liked him. He was very expensive. No one likes Karnak. He provides a little bit of turn rewind, only 10%, so that's almost irrelevant. He also applies Disrupt to some tanks, but we'll have Miles, and I think Miles is faster than him. They are at the same speed, so okay. Miles applies Disrupt to multiple targets, he only applies Disrupt to one. He requires Black Bolt to have any relevance. His kit was not reworked recently. His stats were not reworked recently, so this is definitely a character that you want to skip 100%. Okay, now we have Kate Bishop, and I got lucky the other day. I got 7 red stars on Kate Bishop, and I was smart enough to use some cores and get her to 5 yellow stars. And she's a very interesting character, not amazing, but if you give her enough time, she will shine. She can remove positive effects with her basic, then she can flip positive effects on the enemies and give offense up to the Young Avengers, so this is going to be extremely strong if you ever pair it together with Miles. He does a lot of damage with his ultimate. Then we have her own ultimate, piercing damage to all enemies, and applies blind to the enemy with the highest damage. She also applies a bunch of other negative effects. It's random, so pay attention to that, and she needs to be charged. So usually, if you are lucky, you can use this ability on turn 2, otherwise on turn 3. On her passive, she gives offense up on spawn to Young Avengers, so yes, Miles will be able to blow up the enemies with his ultimate. She also applies piercing damage, slow and blind whenever the a young Avenger goes below 50% health or whenever they die. So this is very convenient once again with Miles, because he's going below 50% health and he's going to get stealth, and then you can heal him up once again. So this is going to be very convenient together with those two. Whenever this character drops below 50% health, it gains 2 evades, increasing the survivability of this character, gains more resistance, and that's pretty much it. So Kate Bishop is definitely a character that you want to bring along. Very, very powerful and very, very useful. Finally, we have Echo. And Echo, to be honest, she's not that great, but she actually provides some utility. So with her special, if you do the T4 on this, she will be able to apply 2 evades to all Young Avenger allies. So this is going to be a very, very strong ability. It has kind of a long cooldown, but as you saw, there are a few sources of energy on these teams. It does a nice amount of damage, and she does some nice amount of retaliation attack. She has very high base damage, but these retaliations will compensate. On spawn applies defense up for 2 turns for all the Young Avenger allies, so that's increasing her utility and the survivability of the team. And then she has this very specific ability that is very strong, and this is why you have to invest 100% on Echo, is that if the enemies have any kind of assist mechanic, you'll be able to stop it with Echo as long as she doesn't have blind. So Echo is definitely a character that you have to invest in. If there are any skill enemies, you are able to provide some more damage, and she's also going to increase the base damage of Miles, and this is why Miles is so strong together with his team. So yeah, we also have Nico Minoru. She's going to be available later on this patch, and she is okay. She has some interesting abilities, but right now she's probably not your main priority. We don't know how many stars you'll be able to get on this character, and further in the next month we'll be talking about her once again. Okay, so let's remove Black Bolt. We are also not going to invest on Black Bolt, and this is the 7 characters that you should invest on. So Spider-Woman, Miles, Yo-Yo, maybe not. Let's remove also Yo-Yo, because if you don't have Black Bolt, she's okay. She can give more energy to Miss Marvel, but it's not super great. We have to wait and see. Characters you want to invest on 100%, Miles, Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, we have Echo, and we are missing Squirrel Girl. Where is Squirrel Girl? She's not here. Okay, so Squirrel Girl, she's also part of the Young Avengers, and she's also a character that you definitely have to invest on. So yeah, there we go. Once again, let's recap. Characters you want to 100% invest on: Squirrel Girl, Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, Echo, and keep in mind and start saving your resources also for Spider-Woman and Jessica Jones, and probably also Nico. So one bio character, another bio character, and one Misty character. So yeah guys, that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had another video planned for right now, but this is so important, this is so game breaking that you definitely don't want to start spending gold on other places. Start investing on this team. You have around 1 month and a half to invest on this team. So as soon as you start better, check out my Discord. You can find the best ISOs for these characters. And as always, if you like the information on this video, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.